Do you want mini parallettes?
Or low ones? Or even medium parallettes?
Gorletic's got you covered.
So Gorletic is a Spanish company and they have over 30 years of experience in making wooden products. And we checked out a lot of their products before and we are actually a big fan of their gymnastics rings and of some of their parallettes. So today we're checking out the full line. They have 4 of them, the small ones, the LowFit, the LowFit Pro and the medium parallettes. So let's check them out. So first up is the small parallettes, and actually this one is the new version and we already checked out the old version in our mini parallette comparison. And this one came in second, and this one is so good because it has a very nice grip, it is super stable, the anti-slip feet are great. It's very nice to take with you because of the Velcro strap and because of the design. The only reason why it didn't win was because it is bigger and also more expensive than the winner of that comparison. Now we have a compact and cheaper version, so if this one is as good as the old version, then we might just have our new favorite. So this package over here, it is 26 centimeters long, and when you check the width, then it is a little bit over 12 centimeters. And the height of the parallette is 9 centimeters, so this is definitely a very compact package which can easily fit in your backpack, for instance. And when it comes to the usable part of the bar, then it's 15.5 centimeters. And lastly, the diameter is 40 millimeters. So on both sides of the parallettes, you have a very nice logo on both of them, of course. So now let's check out the stability. Nice. The anti-slip feet feels super good actually. You can do a wide handstand, so that's definitely a good test. Yeah, it feels like it doesn't go anywhere. Feels very nice on the hands, and of course with wooden grips it takes up your sweat as well, so we are a big fan. So just like the old version, this parallette has very nice anti-slip feet, it has a great grip, and also it is super stable. So this is definitely a very nice update because it is also more compact than the old version and even cheaper. So this really might just be our new favorite mini parallette. So on to the LowFit Parallettes. So these are almost 3 times as long as the mini parallettes, so they must be much more stable. And they have the anti-slip feet, which we already know, and they have a logo on the side, plus of course they have this interlocking system with the Velcro strap. For low parallettes, I think these are very easy to transport. The grip is also the same, so let's test them out. So of course they do feel very stable. It doesn't feel like they're going anywhere when you are tilting forwards. And besides that, the anti-slip feet do their job, and the grip exactly feels the same than the former ones. I like this kind of more rough wooden grip. So basically the LowFit Parallettes have the same qualities as the mini parallettes. They're just very stable, the anti-slip feet work, and the grip is very nice. But with this one, you're just a little bit more assured of the stability and that you're not gonna fall forwards or backwards. And definitely, if you want to do more advanced exercises like Maltese or planche or maybe some hand balancing, then we would advise you to go for that little bit more stability. So onto the LowFit Pro. So this one, of course, is a similar length than the regular LowFits, but it is less high and it's also wider than the regular ones. So potentially it might give you even more stability than the regular ones. Of course, it has a different look and you can actually get them in different colors. Plus, they have a different interlocking system which has magnets, and it does work, but actually I would trust a Velcro strap even more than the magnets. And besides that, it has the same diameter as the other two. It is 40 millimeters, but this one has a completely different surface. It is very rough, so I don't think that your hands are gonna move at all when you're doing your exercises. So let's check this one out. So you definitely feel the difference in the grip. It is much more rough. I think some people will have to get used to it when it comes to the feeling on the hands. I actually think that the regular grip is already super grippy, so I'm not so sure if I do think that this is needed. For some exercises like Maltese, of course, you don't want your hand to slip, so for exercise like that, I can imagine that it is useful. So of course, the LowFit Pros have the same qualities as the regular LowFits, but this one is a little bit lower and also wider, so it should be more stable than the regular ones. But in general, if you're using it, you don't really notice it that much. So they're both very stable parallettes, but what you do notice is the grip difference. So this one is much more rough than the regular ones, And I think in general, some people might have to get used to that. But if you are a pro, then of course you want all the grip that you can get. And then we would recommend you to get this one. But otherwise, we think that the regular LowFits are already way more than enough. So now on to the medium parallettes. So this one, I really like the look of it. They have logos on every side, and also we got them in a black look. But this one is actually a little bit more expensive. You also can get a version which is fully a wooden look, and then they will be actually 20 euros cheaper. They will be 100 euros. One thing that of course stands out when looking at these parallettes is that they're not a usual rounded grip. They are an ergonomic grip, and in our case, we're not a fan of ergonomic grips because we're so used to using rounded grips. So actually, we're already biased when looking at these parallettes. So with that in mind, we'll now just focus on all of the other aspects of these parallettes. So besides it being an ergonomic grip, I do like the feel on the hands, of the texture of the wood. And when it comes to the anti-slip feet, they are exactly the same, but they are positioned a little bit differently, but they definitely do their job. When it comes to the stability of these, of course, they are higher than the other parallettes, so they do tend to tilt a little bit more quickly, definitely when you are, for instance, doing a wide handstand, but for the rest, they are very stable parallettes. So again, these are very good parallettes, so they are very stable, they don't slip on the floor, and also the feel of the grip is very nice. And the benefit of these higher parallettes is actually that you have more space for your legs, going from an L-sit into a handstand. Also, you can go deeper on your exercises when you do push-ups or when you do handstand push-ups. So then we would go for these high parallettes. So when it comes to the pricing, the small parallettes cost 45 euros and the LowFit costs 70 euros and the LowFit Pros will cost you 100 euros. And when it comes to the medium parallettes, these cost 100 or 120 euros depending on the color. So all of the Gorletic parallettes are very good quality and they have the same anti-slip feet, which definitely do their job. Plus they are very stable parallettes. And we also really like the design of these three because they have an interlocking system. And when it comes to the small parallettes, these have a very nice grip. They are very compact and also they are cheaper than the old version. So we are a big fan of this one. And when it comes to the LowFit, this one actually offers you the same thing, except for that it is much longer. So it even gives you more stability, which is actually very nice if you want to go for the more advanced exercise. And when it comes to the LowFit Pro, of course, this one is very similar to the LowFit. But the major difference here is the texture, because this one is very rough on the hands, and I think for some people it might be a little bit too rough, but if you are a pro, you want all the grip that you can get. So if you want to do pro level stuff, we would go for this one. And lastly, the medium parallettes. Apart from it being an ergonomic grip, we think these are very good parallettes. And of course, if you want to do exercises like, for instance, L-sit to handstand, then with these you have more space for your legs to do so. Also, you can go deeper on your exercises like with your push-ups or handstand push-ups. So if you want to do that, we would go for those. So click the links in the description or here, and don't forget to use the CWW10 discount code for 10% off. And we found out that 94% of our viewers don't actually subscribe. So subscribe so we can make more and better reviews for you with more and more partners. And then we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.